On July 20th, 1969, at 9:56 p.m. Central Daylight Time, Neil Armstrong accomplished the greatest feat that has ever been achieved by humanity.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Humans had walked on the moon. Then United States President Richard Nixon would then place a phone call to the astronauts on the moon.
Hello, Neil and Buzz. I'm talking to you by telephone from the Oval Room at the White House.
The notion of whether we've even been to the moon has been a point of contention for many conspiracy theorists. Many of them point to the aforementioned phone call as the reason for their doubt. Alright, screw it. Dropping the script and the formalities, that was getting awkward. So, this is me. I work for a radio station called News Talk 780 KOH in Reno, Nevada. I can explain this very simply. Have you ever called into a radio station before? How does your phone call get out over the airwaves? Are you directly calling every single person in the entire vicinity of wherever your radio station is? No, you're not. You're calling the radio station, and then the radio station is broadcasting your phone call on the airwaves out to the general public. This is exactly the same concept that was used in the phone call between Richard Nixon and the astronauts of Apollo 11. President Nixon called Mission Control in Houston, Texas, and then Houston beamed the phone call via radio waves, just like any normal radio station does, to the astronauts on the moon. Was there a hell of a delay? Yeah, probably, because your radio waves only propagate at the speed of light, so there is going to be some kind of a delay. However, it wasn't that big of a delay because the moon ain't that far away. I don't know where I'm going with this. But my point is, President Nixon calling the astronauts on the moon is not impossible. Like I said, it works the exact same way as it would at any given radio station. President calls into the station, in this case Mission Control in Houston. Houston beams the call out. It just so happens that the astronauts on the moon were also patched in and could talk back to Houston, which could then relay it to the president. So there was technically two-way communication there. I don't know why I'm doing this with my face. There was technically two-way communication there, which you don't get over the radio, obviously, unless you're on like a CB or whatever. But that's how the phone call from President Nixon to Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin worked is, again, President Nixon called Houston, Houston beamed it to the astronauts. It's not a hard concept. People do this literally every single day. I hope that clears this up. Thank you for watching.